Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be making a new video which I haven't done in a while. I'm going to be reviewing the Microtech Tachyon 2 as it was requested from a few people on my channel. So I'm going to get right into this and hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for looking. Alright, I just want to start off by saying that the Tach 2 is by far my favorite balisong and knife that I own. It works good as a EDC, which I really don't EDC it that much. I have my 51 for that, and it works great and is great as a flipper. It's my favorite flipper out of all my knives, obviously. But let's get into the review. We're going to start from the latch up to the tip of the blade, and I'll talk about the rest. So, as some of you know, I flip a balisong latchless, so there is no latch on mine, but if there was a latch, it'd be right here, where this goddamn roll pin is. I have no idea why Microtech put a roll pin in here. It's just annoying to take apart, and it's just a pain in the butt. It doesn't roll as smoothly. It would have been just so much easier to fit a Torx into it, and I don't know, it pissed a lot of people off, so I don't know why they did it. Maybe they'll just learn in the future not to do it again. But anyways, this is a latch that would be on the end of the handle. It's a really nice latch, actually. I really like it. It's just I prefer the feel of my balisongs without a latch, and I feel they flip better without a latch. Anyways, the latch worked extremely good. It was super tight. I could barely get it undone. If you go back and watch my unboxing video, the second time I tried to latch it, I couldn't even get it shut, so I just stopped trying. The latch was a good latch, so I like the look of it. Just once again, don't like flipping with them. So yeah, I just see another reason why this roll pin was a bad idea. There are people out there that like to flip latchless, so one of them's me. So what I had to do, I had to completely disassemble this right handle to get this out, because I didn't want to have to take a center punch and a hammer and just drill the roll pin out. So I didn't want to do that, because it would be more of a risk to break something. Then I have to send it back to Microtech, and I live in Illinois where these are illegal, so they would not be able to send it back to me. So that would be no good. Anyways, let's get on to, I'm going to start at the spacers now. As you can see that there are 3 spacers on each side. There are standoff barrel spacers, and if you can tell, they're kind of an anodized bluish purple on them. They look really nice, but once again, I would like a little bit more weight in the back of the handles. It's not too bad. Still would like just a tad bit more if they took it from more up towards the pivots and just applied a little bit more weight in the back of the handles. That'd be really nice. I think it would have a lot more momentum that carried around on it, which would fit my style just a little bit better, but can't please everyone. So anyways, not anything bad, not anything too great on these barrel spacers. They're not going to break on you or anything like that. There is one complaint I have about the barrel spacers that really does not affect me, is on the latch, the bite handle. If you had the latch on, these are aluminum, so it's a very soft metal. So when the latch would come and hit this, because the barrel spacer would act as a latch gate to prevent the latch from hitting the tip of the blade, it would tip the edge of the blade and dull your tip, which is no good at all. So that would basically just like not even do anything as a latch gate. And right out of the box, I noticed my latch hit the tip of the blade already. I didn't even flip it or anything. It just hit the tip of my blade right out of the bat, which isn't really too pleasing, considering I spent $280 on a knife and the tip of the blade hits the latch, which really not a big deal, because I knew it was going to take the latch off right away, but still something you expect from a pretty expensive knife. So Moving on to the screws and the handles, the handle screws. Microtech did an amazing job on these screws. I love every screw in this knife, and it's nothing to complain about here. These screws are extremely tight. They are extremely tight to get in, or not to get in. They go in smoothly, but you gotta torque them down quite a bit. Sorry, it won't focus here. And it's being a pain in the butt. But anyways, great screws. Don't even need to Loctite them. But of course, my OCD with me, I was just like, I need to Loctite it, or else something's gonna happen with my luck. And I don't have the greatest luck in the world, so knowing me, I just had to Loctite them anyways. The screws in the bottom are a T8 Torx, which is not very common in most balisongs. Most balisongs will have a T8 pivot and a T6 handle screw hardware, just like the 51 and the Camaro, which I both own. See, this is what I use for a T8 right there, and this fits right into these handles, and you would just need the pivot or the handle this connects to. Just pop those out and you can do whatever you want with those. If you need to take the latch off like me, which I strongly suggest, it flips a load better without the latch, but that's just my preference. Anyways, we're gonna move on just to the handles as they are, nothing else. They are sandwich style construction handles. They are titanium handles. I forgot what exact titanium they are because I don't know stuff like that. But they're titanium handles. There's nothing to complain about them. They have a grayish finish to it, which I guess could be acted as a grip. I'm going to probably end up modding this knife in the future coming on. I'll probably sand those down, make them nice silver finish, and anodize them. So I mean, out of the box, they're nice handles. They look nice. The finish kind of scratches off a little bit. If the light hits it right, you can see it. You're definitely not going to be able to see it on camera, but you can tell there's some scratches in it just from the coating, but nothing too noticeable. Anyways, yep, look how thick these titanium handles are. They're really thick slabs of titanium. That's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is durability and everything like that. And the bad thing is the handles are pretty thick on this, which you may like for twirling and stuff like that. But when it comes to cherry pickers, the handles are really fat and they're hard to transfer from your ring finger to your index finger, which makes cherry pickers a little bit more difficult with this knife. But other than that, not a big problem, just something to get used to. Anyways, skeletonizing on the handles is really nice. I like the pattern. Nothing to complain with that there. So moving on from the handles, we're going to move up to the pivots. The pivots on this knife are a Safety Torx T10, which is something you don't find in many knives. A T10 standoff alone is pretty rare in Bally's, but the Safety Torx is something I've never seen in any knife before. But, or I've seen them in knives before, just not any Bally's. I had one of these laying around my house, which was pretty convenient. It just, it'll say a T10H for Safety Torx, and basically it's just got a little tiny, won't focus, there we go, kind of, sort of, little tiny hole in it that looks like that. That'll correspond with the little nipple, or whatever the hell you want to call it, in the middle of the screw. And then you can take it out that way, which could be a downside or an upside depending on who you are and what you have in your toolbox. But other than that, pivots use phosphorus bronze composite bushings. I know that for sure. I'll show you the play on this. You don't even need to Loctite these pivots unless you take it apart as soon as you unscrew both these pivots, they're going to start loosening up on you unless you Loctite them. But if you just left it out of the box the way it is, there's really no need to Loctite it. And let me show you the play on this. This is after, I don't know, like probably 4 months of just one Loctite, consistent flipping. That's all that it has. It has amazing play on it, super smooth. It runs up right there and it hits the blade every single time. I've never felt anything as smooth as this. I flipped that AB. It's not as smooth as a tack, which really surprised me because, I don't know, the AB is just so great and everything like that. And the tack is smoother for $100 cheaper. It's a smoother Bally. We're going to move on to the tang area. On this, they do have tang pins instead of Zen pins, which could be an up or downside depending on what you like and what you prefer. Really doesn't matter to me, except one thing I like about Zen pins is just durability. Nothing to complain or not like about that. It's just a regular tang pin, and that's about it. Alright, the last part, we're going to move on into the blade. The blade is a, as you can see here, if it'll focus, 154 cm blade. I do have the black powder coated blade, which I did not have a choice in getting. It was either that or serrated, which I really didn't feel like it didn't cut with serrations, so I went for the black. It has 3 skeletonized holes in it, which I think look wonderful. It's not so great if you're going to EDC it though, because that does give the opportunity if you drop it for dirt, or even if you're flipping outside, for dirt to get stuck in the holes, and it's a pain in the butt just to clean those out. Anyways, this knife comes crazy sharp. I have never felt a sharper knife than this. I've never resharpened this once. From like, I don't know, the 6 or 7 months I've had it, and you can still see that choil on that knife is so, not the choil, the bevel on the edge is just so sharp. This thing will cut you up like crazy. It still shaves hair, still is super sharp, and the lettering on the blade is this. It says USA, Microtech. It's got the Tachyon serial number. Mine's 486, and it'll show its birth date. So that's kind of cool. Looks nice, nice lettering and everything. The tip on this blade is extremely sharp. It's not basilisk sharp, but it's still sharper than your regular 42, 51, or anything like that. Overall, this knife is something really extraordinary. It's something I've never owned a quality this knife or up to the quality of this knife. I've owned the other 2 Bally's I own are a 51 and a Kimura, which are great knives. It's just nothing to really compare against this. You are shelling out quite a bit of money if you want to get one of these brand new from Blade HQ. I know that they're out of Bowie's right now and they're discontinued. They're not making them anymore, but they still do have a few Tantos left, which do not flip as well. I have flipped one before. They do not flip anywhere close to this. They're a lot worse, too tip heavy and everything like that. But I know these are discontinued. You can't buy them from Blade HQ anymore. You could probably buy them on the secondary market, Jersey Devil, something like that. They're probably going there a little bit cheaper. But I would imagine since they're discontinued, they're going to be like the first Tachyon. They're only going to go up in price from here. So if you want one, I would jump on the opportunity now. Try to get one from a cheaper price or something like that. You'll definitely be happy with what you get, as if I was. Actually, I forgot something. I forgot to put the specs in the description, or I forgot to say the specs in this video. So I'm going to put the specifications of this knife, how long it is, and the weight and everything like that in the description down below. So if you want to look at those, go ahead and look at them down below. Anyways, my final conclusions on this knife are it's a great knife, great for the price, pretty much beats any deal on the market right now. It's my second favorite production knife right now. The AB is still up there on mine. I can't afford one right now, but I do think the AB still flips better than this. It's just my preference. This could be better for you. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Have a good rest of your day. See you guys.